Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's videos, I'm going to cover the car album system, which is a system that provides your character a significant status boost, but also other special effects that can empower your character class builds. So first thing first, we are going to hit the F2 key on the keyboard to open up the character inventory, and then click on this specific icon down here to open up the car album user interface. Now, there are three different kinds of equitable cards, which include normal, legendary, and goddess card. There are 4 types of normal cards, which include red, blue, greens, and purples. Red for defense, blue for defense, green for status, and purple for utility. There are a few ways to obtain the normal cards. Players can farm the color card albums from the 100 ground maps or purchase one from the mercenary bash shop. The item requires at least a level 100 character and above to summon the boss for the albums, and your character will receive either the enhancement card or the monster card after killing the boss. The drop rate between the enhancement card and the monster card is 50-50 chances, and the boss level is 330 and above. So you want to make sure that your character is decently gated to take on the boss either by yourselves or with the party. The other way is called open party, which often hosted by the guilds or around the public parties. The party method is pretty simple by the way, because all you have to do is summon the boss from the color card album, kill the boss, and the boss will drop the number of cards accordingly to the number of players in the party. So for example, if you have 5 players in the party, the boss will drop 5 cards and each player will get at least 1 card from it. The guild album card party optimizes around 3 up to 5 parties and require at least 1 person for each party to attack the boss in order to register the damage ranking. The reason why you want to do this is that there is a ranking system which can only go up to 5 players, and if these 5 players are in the party along with other players, everyone in the party also receives the monster card, which enables the player to farm the card more effectively. Next up, we are going to dive into the card upgrade process. First, hit the insert key on your keyboard and then choose the 4 option. This will open up the card synthesis interface, which allows your character to upgrade the normal monster card. Place the monster card that you want to upgrade at the top, insert any enhancement or monster card in the small tab at the bottoms, and simply hit the enhance button to upgrade the monster card. The monster card will receive 1 extra star every time it level up, and it can go up to 10 star, which is level 10. Leveling the normal card from 1 to 10 requires a maximum of 54 cards. It can be either enhancement or monster card. However, you can skip this process by using the level 10 enhancement card from the mercenary bash shop for 2000 badges. Now, beside the normal monster card, there is a master card in the normal card category. The master card has the portrait of the class master ABC, and this card provides higher and unique status compared to the normal monster card. A good example would be Centaurus card, which only provides 6 area attack ratio by having 3 level 10 cards compared to the Merchant Master card, which offers 9 area attack ratios for having 3 level 10 cards. Additionally, players can also purchase Master Card Selection albums from the Wing of Vibora NPC. These albums cost at least 10 Wing of Vibora coins through the attendance, but it's definitely worth the price by the way, because you can choose any Master Card of your choice. Next up, this is probably the most asked question in the game. Which card should you use for your character? There are definitely a lot of cards in 3 of Saber and the combinations are endless. However, there are certain combinations that I find worth using for all types of builds. The first category is going to focus on the generic DPS card combos. This category mainly focuses on cards that are easy to obtain and work on every single DPS classes. First up, we have the red card, which include Venian Monkey and Prison Cutters. Having 3 Venian Monkey cards provide 30% more damage against the enemy with poison debuff, while having 3 Prison Cutter cards offer 30% more damage against the enemy with bleeding debuffs. There are certain classes that can apply poison or bleeding debuffs, such as the Plague Doctor and Druid for the Cleric Circle for the poison debuffs, and then we have certain classes from Archers, Scouts, and Swordsmen that can apply bleeding debuffs. As long as the enemy has the poison or the bleeding debuffs under their status, then you are guaranteed to deal more damage with either one of these 2 cards for all types of attack and skill. For the blue card, this one is really depending on which card you have available, since the card like Zora and Noels are pretty expensive, ranging from 20 million silver up to 30 million silver per card based on the market price in server. However, you don't necessarily have to use Zora or Noels because you can actually optimize your builds around with the master card, which is easier to obtain. Now, there are a few master cards that I do recommend picking up for the blue card category, such as the Maria Lee and Felixia card. Maria Lee creates a shield that scales along with your HP, and having 3 cards will provide a shield based on 50% HP of your character, while having Felixia card provide your character a decent amount of boss damage reduction, which is 12% in total for having 3 cards. On to the purple card, you have a few options here. For the first option is going to be 3 Gazing Goblin card, which will give you a 30% chance to trigger a pain barrier effect that can counter the knockback attack or skill and provide your catcher extra immunity against certain low rank debuffs. For the second option is going to be 1 Gazing Golem and 2 Vegetina. This card combo focused on maximizing Vania Monkey card for classes that does not have poison debuffs. For the third option is going to be 1 Gazing Golem and 2 Wretched Pearl. This one works the same way as Vegetina because it's applying the bleeding debuffs instead of poison debuff to maximize out the Prison Cutter card. Now, the last one is going to be the ring card. I recommend picking up at least Lucia card for the magic DPS or Ratio card for the physical DPS. Lucia card provide 120 intelligence in total for having 3 card, while Ratio provide 120 strength in total for having 3 card. On to the second category, which is the healing support. This one will focus on the cleric. For the red card, to my surprise, there is not a single red card that works with the healing support class, so you don't have to worry about the red card. For the blue card, you have a few options here. The first option is Burbles, which provide you extra healing power. 3 of this card will give you 900 extra healing power. For the second option, it's going to be Zora for higher physical defense, and then third option is going to be Noel for higher magic defense. You can definitely mix and match between Zora and Noel cards for a decent amount of physical and magic defense. Onto the purple card, we have Gazing Golem along with 2 Stonewall cards. This one would give you 10% chance for the Pain Barrier effects and higher chance to trigger 10% damage reduction for 5 seconds. And lastly, we have the green card. Now this one, we have 2 different options. The first option is actually the Master card, Rosalie, which gives you 120 SPR status for having 3 card, so 40 SPR status per card. This one will give you a higher healing power. And then for the second option, it's going to be the special green glacier card. This one offers a decent amount of SPR and con status if you don't have the Rosalie Master card. If anything, you can actually get the special green glacier card from the Mercenary Bash Shop. The last category is going to be the tank. For the red card, I recommend Prison Cutters for most of the tank builds. This is optional by the way, I personally prefer the extra damage, and Prison Cutter is extremely good for any sourcing build. For the blue card, you have 3 options. Zara for physical defense, Noel for magic defense, Felicia for boss damage reduction. I'm gonna go for the third option because this one is actually easy to obtain compared to Zora and Noel card. For the green card, you have 2 different options. The first one is Demon Lord Blood. This one will give you the extra con status. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that this card is actually pretty rare and it's really hard to find. So most of the time, you have to keep your eyes on the market. However, you can actually skip all this process of getting Demon Lord Blood by using Tantalizer card. This one will give you a decent amount of strength and con status, and it's easy to get it by the way because this one is available for the Mercenary Bash Shop. And lastly, we have the purple card, which is the Stonewall and 2 Wretched Pearl with the Prison Cutter combos. This one's really good, extra damage, extra proc for the bleeding effect. In the center of the card album system, you will find the legendary card slot. Players will have to clear specific quests and episode quest line in order to unlock the slot. However, player can also unlock the slot by using the legendary card unlock voucher, which is only available through the premium shop. There are only a few content that drop legendary card, which include Soul Hunt, legendary content, and Wicked Boss Raid. Now, Wicked Boss Raid is actually much easier since you only need to clear 1.5 billion total damage to receive 5 Shining Demon Lord Cube. The best part is that you can choose any type of Demon Lord Cube of your choice. You can achieve 1.5 billion total damage by simply using Twist of Fate skill from the Oracle class in the Wicked Boss Raid content. Also, the reason why I did not mention the gear raids because the drop rate for legendary card for Pantarek and Borta is very low, so your chance of getting this card are down to 0. Beside the content, player can also purchase legendary cards from the Mercenary Bash Shop. One thing I do want to point out is that some of these legendary cards are not worth buying because they are outdated legendary cards for the previous unique raid. So the question is, what is the best legendary card? Demon Lord Blood offers the best damage reduction for PvP content. Demon Lord Rexifer offer extra movement speed for all title content. Demon Lord Monarchs offer extra minimum crit chance to tackle against high-end critical resistance bosses. Demon Lord Fossil Lord is one of the best cards for summoner builds and classes. Demon Lord Pantarek offer extra damage against beast type bosses and monsters, which is useful for the current endgame content at the moment. Border card is one of the best card against all bosses. And finally, we have Guillotine card, which is one of the most expensive card and require level 10 Border card plus another level 10 Legend card plus 10 Glimmer of Darkness to craft level 10 Guillotine card. Additionally, I recommend checking out my other videos on how to upgrade legendary card efficiently. The link to that video will be available in the video description below. Alright, the last one is going to be the Goddess card. The Goddess card is obtainable through the Reputation Shop, which requires players to clear the episode 13 questline and unlock 4-star Reputation Shop. For more information about Reputation Shop, I highly recommend checking out my other video guys for more information. The link to that video will be available in the video description below. I also recommend checking out the Redact Goddess card guides on how to upgrade the card properly. The link to read that guides will be available in the video description below. With that being said, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Satoshi, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.